Hello, this is my response to Metal Mickey, Metal Ron and Dude 1973. I am doing both the drop-offs and step-ups, but I'm mixing these together, so I won't go from only drop-offs to only step-ups. I'm mixing these together. And at first I was considering following the way of showing only metal albums, but then I decided not to show any metal albums, and in the end I am showing a couple of metal albums. I don't own all of these albums that I am going to mention, but I have owned them in the past. And let's start with one that I did own in the past, but not anymore, and that is Bleach by Nirvana. I thought it was very average, sort of a garagey punk rock album. A couple of great tracks on it, but overall I thought it was very average album. So from going from there to one of the best albums in history, never mind, a huge step up to say the least. Okay, next let's go with the drop-off in quality. This is Fandango by ZZ Top, one side live, one side studio. The live side actually only includes 3 songs: Thunderbird, cover of Jailhouse Rock, and a 4-song medley. But it's like a full-on live brilliance. Also the studio side includes songs like Blue Jean Blues, Mexican Blackbird, Heard It on the X, and Tush. Just a brilliant album. And they followed it up with a very disappointing Texas or Tejas, I don't know how it's pronounced in Spanish. Very average album. Not a single great song here. It's not like outright bad album, but it's just outright average. Not a single great song here. All of the songs are simply just average. You can hear how like tired the band was, because after this they themselves realized that they were tired, and they took a break which ended up lasting 3 years, much longer than what they originally intended to keep. But when they returned from this one, they were again very revitalized. Okay, next up is again a quality drop-off. This is John Fogerty, Centerfield. Usually very highly appreciated among John Fogerty's fans, but I actually don't think that this is such a great album. I do like it, it's a good album, but he has released 7 solo albums, and still this barely makes my top 5. Good album, but hardly a great album in my opinion. But still, when you consider that going from there to Eye of the Zombie, this is a major letdown. I mean, there's not a single great song here. Only 2 of the songs are decent. The rest of the songs are simply crap. Even John Fogerty himself says that he doesn't recommend anybody to buy this album. It's so bad, and he's not wrong. It's a bad album. Okay, then, in my opinion, The Clash is an overrated band. When you consider that Clash only released 5 albums, only 2 of those albums, in my opinion, are great. And their second album, Giving Me Enough Rope, is not that great album. There's a couple of good tracks like Safe European Home, Tommy Gun, and Stay Free, but then there's songs like All the Young Punks, Julie's Been Working for the Drug Squad, Last Gang in Town. Yeah, just an average album. Just like Combat Rock is also a very average album. Oh, and by the way, Cut the Crap, that's not a Clash album. I've never heard Sandinista, but I'm very convinced that once I do hear it, it'll be a very average album. But unlike those albums, London Calling is brilliant. No wonder it's an all-time classic. Songs like London Calling, Brand New Cadillac, Jimmy Jazz, Hateful, Rudy Can't Fail, Spanish Bombs, Lost in a Supermarket, Clamp Down, Guns of Brixton, Wrong and Boyo, Death of Glory, Lovers Rock, Four Horsemen, I'm Not Down, Revolution Rock. Just all the way brilliant, brilliant album. A major, major step up. Okay. Deep Purple, Machine Head. Very commonly thought of as being the best Deep Purple album of all time. I don't think so. I'm not too fond of this. Highway Star obviously is the highlight on this album. Never Before is a great track. Space Trucking, Pictures of Home, great songs. But overall, I'm not that keen on this album. But still, when you think of going from here to Who Do We Think We Are? Yeah, hardly a great album. Only Woman from Tokyo is a great song here. But I have to say that I don't consider this album to be as bad as its reputation says. I think it's a good album actually. But still, the Woman from Tokyo is like a clear highlight on this album. But yeah, just a major letdown after Machine Head. And when you think that Who Do We Think We Are was released between Machine Head and my personal favorite, Burn, it's no wonder that it comes up so short in appreciation. Brilliant album. Major step up from Who Do We Think We Are. Easily my favorite Deep Purple album. And let's go with the another same thing of going from good album to bad album to good album. This time Saxon, Power and Glory. One of my favorite Saxon albums. I don't think that this is actually so highly appreciated among the Saxon fans, but I think that this is a really good album. And when you think of going from Power and Glory to Crusader, this is a major letdown. Only the title track Crusader is really a great one. Rest of the songs here are very average. But again, I have to say that I don't consider this to be as bad as what its reputation says. But Crusader is the only great track here, and rest of it is very average. And a song like Just Let Me Rock makes you wonder that who on earth thought that that was song good enough to be recorded, let alone to be released on an album. It should never have been released on anywhere, not even recorded. Very poor song. But like I said, I don't consider this to be as bad as its reputation says. For some reason, I do quite like this album, but high points very far few between. And going from there to my personal favorite studio album from Saxon, Innocence Is No Excuse. Sound-wise, this is going sort of more mainstream, more commercial, but I really like this. I really think the songs here are really great. Production is great. I just like this album. I think it's very good. Okay, and then a letdown in quality. This is John Mellencamp, Human Wheels. I think this is a good album, although I have to say that this one in itself was a drop-off in quality compared to the previous album, Whenever We Wanted. He was trying to start to find a new kind of a sound for himself, but I like the sound here. It's different, but it's okay sound to me. But the songs here are good, with the exception of French Shoes, which should not have been included here. I don't understand why it's been put on here. Other than that, it's a good album. The follow-up to this one was Dance Naked the following year in '94. Awful album, really awful. The only good song on there was the cover of Van Morrison's song Wild Night. Other than that, none of the songs were good. They were all just awful songs. So a huge step down after this one. And let's end this one with quality step up. This is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Let Me Up, I've Had Enough. Yeah, this is the worst Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers album. Not a single great song. Jamming Me is okay. I don't know, that there was some other song that was okay. I think it was the My Life Your World. But overall, very, very, I don't know, is this even good enough to be called average album? Yeah, this was bottom of the barrel for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. No wonder that Tom Petty himself didn't like this album. And he followed it up with one of his very, very best albums, Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Such a brilliant album. So just major, major step up. In between was released the first Traveling Wilburys album, but that's really not a Tom Petty album as such. So yeah, major, major step up. Okay, this one was a fun video to make, to think of these albums going quality up or going quality down, or even up and down, or rather going from high to low to high again. Yeah, this one was fun one to make, so hope you like this. Thanks for watching, leave a comment, bye.